Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a belt.
I've been saying this for how long now?
I can't step outside naked.
We jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to do the hump and something.
Ah!
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it. And it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, money.
They used to listen to FM, but they played the same old
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, you know, I can't even get to it because the headlines aren't till later in the show, but we're going to get back to that. Okay, I'm just going to tell y'all right now, we're going to get back to that. Your boy in here going off on QAnon hard as fuck this morning, but I've got valid reasons why. Go back and watch the rest of the fucking video, or go watch the video on Instagram if you're listening to this recording, and you'll find out real fucking quick why. But anyway,
our Canadian fan, our friend, wants to see you calm down a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, man, I know
your
QAnon
blood
sucks.
pressure's a little too high.
I know QAnon sucks, Trey, but is it worth a heart attack? All right, you've made a fair point, my good man from Canada. Good point. So let's move on to the inauguration. As a matter of fact, our first topic up today, brought to you by the Root of All Woodworks, because when you want to inaugurate a great gift, you like how I did that, for your lover, then you got to do it at the right place, or for your mother, or your brother, but you got to do it at the right place. Great gifts, handcrafted, personalized woodworking gifts from my boy over at the Root of All Woodworks. For my stoners, he makes really cool coasters and rolling trays. Cammy and I's rolling trays are so cool, we have vowed to never use them, actually. Because they're so fucking cool, we don't want to ruin them. Seriously. Like, we don't. Like, he even extra lacquered mine, so I couldn't ruin it, and I still don't want to use it. Because I told him Cammy will probably... Funny. I told him, I said, Cammy will never use hers. You don't have to put the extra layer of lacquer on hers. I promise you, she's never going to fucking use it. I know her. But me, on the other hand, I might. And then I saw it, and I was like, I'm not using that. That's got my name on it, my logo on it. It's really cool. I'm not fucking with it. So, as a matter of fact, I was so impressed by the Root of All Woodworks. As you can hear me saying, I never, ever, ever want to use what he made for me, despite getting... I don't do dust collectors. I do use collectors. I will get a collectible if I can use it. I have a candy dish. It's a Cardinals candy dish. It's really just it's called my nightstand pocket. I throw everything that's in my pockets in there at the end of the night, and then I pull it back out in the morning. It's my pocket. But it's still, it's a candy dish that normally would just be a crappy dust collector I don't want. But because it holds my stuff, I'm happy. And it doesn't have to go in a box or get sold on eBay. Don't tell my family I do that, by the way. I really do that. If you give me something I will never use, I will just sell it on eBay on the low like a year later. True story. I've seen me do it. So,
at least you hold on to it for a year.
That's only because I'm worried. Okay, so look, I am guilt-ridden, so I'm worried you're going to ask me about it in the first year. So I wait a year, and if you don't ask about it, boom, that bitch goes on eBay. What?
Oh, yeah, definitely forgot about it, right?
Right? Oh, you forgot about it, too? That's how bad your gift was. You forgot about it. All right, so here's what I've got for you guys. Let's get straight into an inauguration breakdown. I think, like we talked about yesterday, guys, many of us really never watched the inauguration because it's really just lock and step, constitutional stuff, right? I think people have forgotten that. And that's why I was going off about QAnon actually this morning, is because, and we're going to get into this during the headlines, a QAnon headline that hit the headlines, and it made me laugh because that just shows you how pathetic people really are, and we'll get to that. But here's why. I was watching it in case anybody tried to do anything stupid, because the chatter on the internet was, this is going to be the bloodiest coup ever. President Trump is going to initiate martial law and march right up the Capitol steps and arrest all the Democrats. That's what QAnon people believed was going to happen yesterday. That there was going to be a bloody war, and the president was going to remain in office as a dictator somehow.
Did you see the chatter of them when Joe Biden was actually, had his right hand up and everything? They're like, wait, This wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, you know what? Save that because we're going to get.
Did he just get sworn in?
I literally have an entire headline based around that, so save that, okay? Because we're going to get back to that. I promise you. That.
Oh, okay.
I think the inauguration headline that's the most fitting would come from somebody like CNN, who owes no Democrat or Republican anything. Don't you love when listen, you don't have to like CNN, but they're not Fox News. They're not bought and paid for. As a matter of fact, they're so unbought and paid for that you can genuinely if you want to know the dirt on anyone, go watch CNN. They are more than willing to tell you anything bad anyone fucking does. So anyway, so I'm not surprised that this headline came from a CNN. Now, I tell people all the time, I'm not a fan of everyone at CNN. Oh, no. I like Como and Don Lemon. That's it. That's the two guys I watch all the time. Sometimes I'll catch a little Wolf Blitzer if I get off work early. That's the truth. And the only reason why is because it's cable news. And I'm not watching Fox News. I have banded Fox News. And here's why. Because you waited until the country was almost overturned to stand up to President Trump, and until the country was literally almost destroyed before you stood up to President Trump. I will never trust Fox News, and I don't consider Newsmax or QAnon news at all. That's not news. That's just conspiracy theorists parading around like news. Look, we parade as half news because we're a talk show and we're still 10 times more news than in Newsmax or QAnon news, bro. And Fox News, bro. Actually, I'll give Fox News equal to us because we're dicks too, okay? Fair enough. We just don't lie about it. We're just dicks about it. See, here's my theory on news. You lie about the news, you're not a fucking news person. You have disgraced what we do if you lie about the news. If you have a fucked up opinion of the news, that's more power to you, brother. So when you, like me, I take the facts on head on and just get pissed about them rather than try to lie and make them fit my agenda. That's the way you're supposed to do it in life, guys. Let me just give you a human lesson on how to do it. We don't change facts to fit our agenda. Instead, we just take the facts on head on and we deal with it. It's called being a grown-up. I can't stand this. There are alternate facts. No. That's called a lie. There's no such thing as an alternate fact, motherfucker. I love these. This is an alternate fact world, Trey. No. There's just one fact, and you're choosing not to accept it, therefore creating an alternate fact world, bud.
So, Trey, just like you, I hadn't watched inaugurals.
Just that one in 08 for Obama.
Had to see the history.
First black dude, big history. I would have been. Now listen,
you know what I don't get about?
I would have watched.
I don't get about it.
Can I be fair? I would have watched Harris get sworn in and then probably turned it off in a everyday normal year before all this crazy shit. I would have watched Harris get sworn in because it was the first woman and minority woman to hold that office. So I would have watched her get sworn in and then probably turned it off. And I'm not a race guy like that. I'm actually an anti-racist. And yes, it's okay to be anti-something because when something is so vile and foul, it's good to be anti. Okay, let's be real here. It's okay to be anti-QAnon. They're vile racists. It's okay to be anti. It's okay to be anti-white nationalists. They're vile, disgusting terrorists. It's okay to be anti-white nationalists. It's okay to be anti-fascist because fascism is what you saw on January 6th. You saw people try to instill a dictator through fascism. So it's okay to be anti-fascist. Hey, I don't want communism. While I think the government, we pay enough taxes that we should get a free education out of it, at least an associate's degree. I think we pay enough taxes that we should get a free medical care. Yes, I agree. Very basic medical care, standard checkups, all that shit should be free. Yes, I believe that. But I do not believe in communism. Communism is the goddamn devil. Look at China. Look at Russia. Russia is nothing more than communism. Operating under the guise that it's a democracy. What you saw Trump try to do is exactly what Putin did. Try to assert yourself as the power base even when you're not in power and then retake power later. Dude, do you guys realize that Putin literally rewrote the Russian constitution so that he could serve indefinitely? Putin had the Constitution of Russia essentially rewrote so that he could serve indefinitely. Do you not see the problem with that? You're not a democracy if you can serve indefinitely. You're a dictator. Guys, come on now. It doesn't take an idiot to figure that out. I think presidents should be able to serve a third term. If they've done a good enough job that the country thinks they can do one more round, I think a president should be able to serve a third term. But I also think that Congress shouldn't be able to serve for life. Guys, what you saw yesterday.
That's the change that needs to happen right there.
Right. Like term limits on senators and House members. If you honestly, if you can't move from the House to the Senate, and you can't move from the Senate to the presidency in like 8 years or 12 years. You need to move on. You guys, look, we don't have, listen, let me use Joe Biden as the perfect example. We don't have 55 fucking years to sit back and wait for a guy to figure it all out. Joe Biden is the prime example of honestly, he's the prime example of a politician learning from their ill mistakes over the long term, right? Like he did not support desegregation of schools. His reasoning may have been pure and honest in his eyes, but it was wrong. He said he thought it would cause national problems and cause a national stir and cause a bunch of issues and cause a bunch of race issues. So he thought by keeping us separate, it would help keep the race issues down. He was wrong. He admitted that later.
Wrong.
But the problem with the Joe Biden theory is I don't have 50 years for the lone Bobarts who are psychopath QAnons who take money from white nationalists in Colorado. I don't have all year. I don't have a lifetime for her to figure out that she's a cunt twaffle. I don't have the lifetime for that. And neither do you, America. So that's why there needs to be term limits. Because we don't need Low and Bobart taking white nationalist money for the next 20 years and then going in 20 years going, oh, I was wrong. My bad. So what you did see in the inauguration was exactly what you should have seen. The American democracy continuing, the peaceful transition of power. And what you also saw was exactly what I told you would see. I told you a year or two ago that you would not see President Trump at the inauguration if he lost. Did I not tell you all that? And you did not. Some of you out there did not agree with me and said that he would be a bigger man than that. And that was before the pandemic, right? No, I told you he wouldn't be there because he couldn't take losing if he did lose. That's the truth in the matter. He couldn't take losing, and that's just the end of it. That's the end of it in a simple term. Guys, there hasn't been a president that has skipped the inauguration in over 100 years, and there's a reasoning behind that. It's because the last time a president didn't show up for an inauguration is because he was being a dick like this one. A sore loser. A coward, for a lack of better words. You're a coward and a sore loser. On a positive note, Trump did not pardon himself or his children before losing the presidency at noon yesterday. I am going to tell you that I was surprised. I was surprised, honestly, that he didn't at least pardon his children. But I'm going to tell you, go ahead.
He sent a letter to Biden instead of
he wrote a letter to Biden, and that's what. Every president leaves a letter for the incoming president. I promise you.
He still didn't shake his hand or do anything.
I want to know what that letter said.
Didn't invite him to the White House prior.
I
wonder if that letter says something like, "You lost, I won. Go fuck yourself. Peace out. I'm out, bitch. Mic drop."
Yeah, I want to know that. I want to know
what it says. I want to know how pathetic, or honestly, if he actually acted like a grown-up or not.
Or actually, listen, the man probably had someone write it. And he probably didn't even do that. No. I'm going to call that actually the way you should have said it, because I do agree with you partly. No. Either the president wrote it himself, or he refused to write it and someone else wrote it for him. Well, okay. Either way. I truly believe it's that, because that man, I don't see him writing.
I just wanted to course correct, because I think that's probably a more appropriate way to word it only. Is that, yes, he either wrote it himself, or no, he refused to write it and someone else left a smushy, squishy love letter for Biden, knowing Trump would have never said any of that shit. So.
You know what I don't get out of all this?
What?
Is the ceremony, those stairs. Why is there so many stairs? Those
bro, seriously, like why do you make? Old people serve this country. Where is the handicap entrance, bro? Where's the wheelchair ramp? Holy shit!
Look, I'm gonna start watching these just to see somebody fall down, because somebody's gonna fall down at some point.
Hey, somebody fell at my graduation. I think we were only watching for that reason.
Can I just tell you? I got actually a little teary-eyed yesterday, just for the simple fact that things I was thinking about, listening to some of the inauguration and stuff. All of a sudden, Biden is sworn in, and all around the Congress building, they started putting the LGBTQ flags up. I thought about all these beautiful ethnic children that are seeing a black woman become vice president. Can you imagine what these little girls are thinking and dreaming about now? Like, that's so great.
Right. It makes the American dream appear to be reachable for anybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which hope is a big thing that people need.
It just got me all teary-eyed because I'm like, I truly felt like, okay, this is going to be a new, beginning.
So the Chicago Sun-Tribune has a copy of the letter.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready? And then we're going to take... I know the break schedule says we're supposed to do the next topic, but we're going to do the break first after this because this went a little longer than I expected.
Well,
Dear Joe, when I walked in... Now, this is according to the Chicago Tribune that these are his words, okay? Dear Joe, when I walked into this office... And by the way, I'm not doing a parody joke. This is really what the Chicago Tribune has as the president's words, just for the record. I'm not doing anything funny right now. These are the president's words according to reporting. When I walked into this office just now, I felt the same sense of wonder and respect that I felt 4 years ago. Oh, so it came back to you. No, I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do that. I'm sorry. For this day, you are the president of all of us. The burdens you now shoulder are great, but often exaggerated. The sheer joy of doing what you believe is right is inexpressible. We are just temporary occupants that makes us guardians of those democratic institutions and traditions. Like the rule of law, separation of power, equal protection, and civil liberties that our forefathers fought and bled for. There will be trying moments. The critics will rage, but you will have Almighty God to comfort you, a family who loves you, and a country that is pulling for you, including me. Take time in the rush of events and responsibilities for friends and family. Dude, you didn't even do that. You just went and golfed on your free time. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to do that. But fuck, man. How much do I have to let go?
Can I just tell you?
Somebody definitely wrote this.
Yes, I was going to say, Scotty. I was going to say.
I'm not done.
You're not even done, and I can already tell he didn't write that.
Is it his presidency why you guys can't take me serious? Okay, fair enough. It would go on to finish this way. They'll get you through the inevitable rough patches. You embark on the greatest venture that can come to an American citizen. Very few have had the honor of knowing the responsibility you now feel. Your success is our country's success. You'll be in my prayers, Donald.
I mean, it sounds great.
I mean, yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, if he truly wrote that, though, I'd be impressed.
Now,
it's not the most actual, like, emotional type of one.
Can I tell you guys? The truth now?
By far.
That's not the letter Donald Trump wrote Joe Biden.
Jerk.
That is the letter that the Chicago Times writer wrote and said that this is what it should say.
Oh.
So you're right. Donald Trump didn't write that. As a matter of fact,
we knew it. You can't fool me and Cam.
I tried.
I was like,
Cammy was like, damn, like, did he just like bump his head and become normal again? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds too normal for him. Like, I don't know.
Way too thought out.
Yeah.
So the truth is, here's the truth about the letter I just wrote you. They say it won't read like that. It said, actually, it can't read like that. As a matter of fact, I just wanted to let you guys know, the reader, that I took these lines from the actual past 5 inaugural letters to other presidents and then made them, made a few antidotes and a few changes. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that because when you're reading it, I'm like, I wonder if he's just reading or it's a copy of a different president's.
Yeah, it's basically words from every president that's left a letter to another president. It is funny. But also, I do believe, I will tell you right now, I don't think Trump ever actually published the letter left to him by Obama. I don't think that Obama ever published or shared the letter that Bush wrote him. I don't think any of the presidents ever share these. Maybe after their presidency, maybe, but I don't believe during their presidency I've ever seen a president share this letter. I do believe that it is very intimate, and I don't mean intimate like sexually, because some of you can't fucking grow up. I mean, it's very intimate to the office of the presidency, and I would bet that these letters are honestly, that might be the one time Biden or Trump's actually honest. Honestly, I find myself to be bloodily honest and brutally honest when I physically write, not just type, but physically handwrite something. I don't know if it's just the effort and energy it takes to physically write something down, but I am brutally real and honest in my physical handwritings. And you can sometimes see by the way the writing is written, how aggressively it's written, that I was frustrated or calm when I wrote it. You know what I mean? So you can get a lot of psychology out of somebody's mindset and intent off of handwriting, which is why I love handwritten letters. I really do, because you can tell a lot by what somebody means about you through their handwriting. But anyway, but yeah, it just, this blew, like I said, it would have blown my mind if that was the letter, though, in all honesty, just to, bring that full circle. It really would have blown my mind if that had been the real letter, but no, it honestly, even with that Ivy League education, I don't think it would have been that well written anyway. And that's not a knock on the president. I mean, I'm just saying we've all heard him talk, guys. Seriously, that's not how he would have wrote something. True story.
We've had a couple of presidents with the whole speech problem.
No, I don't think anybody fucks shit up more than George Bush, though.
I was just about to say that.
Like, if there's two facts, nobody got more head in the Oval Office than Bill. Nobody fucked up speeches more than Bush. Nobody was, honestly, nobody was more liked for nothing more than being black than President Obama. Let's be real here. And by the way, I'm a minority saying that for any of you race baiters out there. I'm a minority saying that let's be honest, half of you conservative minorities only voted for Obama because he was black. You did not agree with his values. True story. Let's be honest here. Y'all know it's true. I voted for him because he was national health care, straight up. That was why. I was tired of paying $600 fucking a month for health care for a family only making $25,000 a year. That's bullshit. That's more than a paycheck every fucking month on fucking medical. Most people don't realize that, though. So anyway, yeah. So there's a lot behind that. Let's go take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get the rest of the show going. But yeah, America has turned the page, and I think the headline reads it best. America changed in an instant, but nothing's changed at all. That was the inaugural headline. I believe that CNN got it right on that one. On that, at least. They got that right. That's the right way to word it. And yeah, let's go to break. Fuck shit.
Hey, what's going on? It's the hungry hustling American dream Afro man. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Apothecary Farms is the premier cannabis dispensary on the Front Range. When you think concentrates in Colorado, you think Apothecary Farms. With locations in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver, it is clear why Apothecary owns the cannabis concentrate game. How do you get your diamonds, shatter, butter sauces, and come on, ambrosia? Just look up Apothecary Farms on Google or Weedmap. Get the best in concentrates. Don't hesitate to stop at Apothecary Farms.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie Renee, and you're listening to Wake and Bake America Show. You know I bring you the best.
We're smoking.
Tell me all that I want to hear, like you're all I want. I don't give a
know when I'm on. I'm in the zone when I'm lit, pull up to your home. Got a bottle of that juice and the zipper cologne. Shit you already know, baby, turn out the phone. Ayy, pouring and kissing, I'm rubbing on your neck slow. You know I ain't tripping, changing position, let's go. Grinding and sipping, I'm on a mission, it's the night go. Close your eyes for the pipes up. Ayy, tossing and turning, moving your hips soft. Warren Hill, kill us soft. Going outside and catching the offbeat. Showing who the boss is, cause I be with every imagination think. I'll whisper in your ear, baby, let go, just follow me. Emotions take control, baby, I'll leave. Like mama with the 3P, R.I.P.
Eyes closed, I love when you ride it slow. Tell me you're that I want to hear like you're all I want. I don't give a damn about my phone. Can I stay the night? Though I'm not trying to drive home. Don't make me leave. I wanna stay by your side. You ain't gotta ask, girl, of course I'm yours, yours, yours. Don't make me leave. And you know that you're mine. Baby girl, I'll tell you for the 4th time. I'm yours, 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 yours.
Bend over, I'm a soul snatcher. Give me your heart, that's a soul matcher. Haul up in the guts, you tell me go faster. My head gets the shit, I'm the tongue master. I'm your king in so many ways. Your ex is a lame, let that nigga hate. A nasty dog nigga straight from the 8. Stacking these racks, yeah, life is great. I'll apply that pressure, you know I'm a nut, 4-4 on the dresser. Fat boy shit, what fat boy fresher? 30 days of moon rock, headed to the boondocks. I'm a dog, I be hollering at the moon, man. Yeah. I stick and move, hop bust the lap, let's take a cruise. Your friends gon' hate, but I'm the one you choose.
Eyes closed, I love when you ride it slow. Tell me you're that I want to hear like you're all I want. I don't give a damn about my phone. Can I stay the night? Though I'm not trying to drive home. Don't make me leave. I wanna stay by your side. You ain't gotta ask, girl, of course I'm yours, yours, yours. Don't make me leave. And you know that you're mine. Baby girl, I'll tell you for the 4th time. I'm yours, yours, yours,
America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
That's right. It's Wake and Bake America. Been a crazy morning already. I think we got into some really cool stuff already, though, guys. For me, I don't care what we talk about. We could spend the entire show on one subject as long as it doesn't get dull. You know, if we take a couple left turns and end up over on Crazy Town, it's cool with me.
I mean, the live feed is going crazy if you look at the comments in there. So,
right? You're like, that's fucking
it's doing
deep,
something
dude.
for somebody this morning.
I'm doing something for somebody because I'm getting, that's deep. A lot. It's not deep, honestly. That's what I do to your mom. No, I had to, sorry. I'm a horrible person. I really am.
That's deep.
That's deep, bro. No, seriously though. No, honestly, I'm just keeping it real. That's how I really feel about it. And sometimes how I really feel is getting deep. And that's the truth. I like what he said, but that's funny, but I don't think that's the truth. I think Biden will have to die for Harris to be president. Otherwise, no, he's not going to step down. Now, could he start acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs since she invoked the 25th Amendment? Now, that's a possibility. Dementia's real in this country. Shit. But anyway,
thing.
Let's get to our Wake and Bake fan letter. Cammie, you have our fan letter today. So what is our fan letter or fan question of the day?
Dear Wake and Bake America, how can I fix my sexless marriage? No name game, please.
Oh, so they want to give their name. Got it. I don't want you to know my marriage doesn't fuck, but that's my problem. Can you please help me? Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so how do you attack this? First off, I would say, before you say a word, Cammie, my biggest problem with the question is the statement actually in the question. you are stating that you have a sexless marriage, and that's already your first problem. No marriage should be sexless unless there's space between you guys because of work. Let's be honest. If y'all ain't fucking at least once or twice a week, then something is probably derivatively wrong with your relationship. There is a variable in that equation that isn't working. If you ain't fucking at least once a week.
There has to be like special circumstances. Yeah, like illness. Or,
Right, like your wife is dying of cancer. You're obviously not going to be banging right now. I get that. But you know what I'm saying. It's going to be pretty extreme.
Right.
I have, there's a therapist that gives a couple of, like, steps to figure out why this is happening.
So, no name game. We just want to tell you that we are not an expert on how to fix your relationship. But we were able to find an article that does really relate to your exact problem and some steps you can probably take to fix it from some sexperts, right?
Yeah.
So what do you got that can help spice up the relation? Because we're sexperts, but we like to think of ourselves as more physical experts and not so much psychological experts.
Okay, so you are such
you don't want Scottie Pippen's advice.
You are such a typical man right now because it has nothing to actually do with the sex.
He started it. Got to blame you, Scott. I'm sorry.
Are you listening?
Yes, it does. I knew it wasn't going to be physical.
Yes, Cammy.
For the record, I'm not an idiot. I just played the village idiot. I do know that it wasn't going to be.
Anyways, first step.
We're listening, Cammy.
First step. Yeah, thank you, Scotty. No, he just knows how you won't shut up or listen ever. So first step, figure out the real issue behind your sexless marriage.
Yeah.
The real issue, not just, you don't have mojo. Well, it's...
Let me put this into a real world situation for you folks out there when it comes to figuring out the real issue. First off, in psychology, we refer to the term as root cause. The root cause, what has planted the roots of your problem plant. So in order to solve any problem, psychological, physical, mental, or otherwise, you have to get to the root issue. A lot of people are like, I hate being poor. Okay, but what's the root cause of you being poor? I don't have enough money. No. That's not the root cause. That's the result of your root cause is you don't have any money. But what is the reason why? I got a shitty job. Okay, well, what have you done to fix that? And we start addressing that. You know what I mean?
So once you've actually figured out what the problem is, they want you to do the next step, which is break down the problem that's preventing the intimacy. So break it down, like you were saying. Like
one guy was on the internets there talking
back the layers.
Yeah, one guy was on the internets there talking about how his wife wasn't really banging him anymore, right? And he was very, very polite about it, and I think he was really concerned. So I looked at his profile, guys, because I'm that asshole. I'll just go look at who you are, and maybe it's just you're the problem. That's all it is. Dude, this guy's like uber angry, one of those uber angry Trump supporters, pissed off at the world about everything right now, and just fucking everything. He never posts about his family, he never posts about his kids, none of that stuff. Everything he posts is just, oh, fuck yeah, fuck Democrats, fuck Biden, fuck Trump, fuck this, fuck that. And the first thing I thought was, your wife doesn't want to bang you because you're angry all the time. Not your political view. It could easily appear to be that. I didn't believe that was it at all.
No.
If your wife thought your political view was that fucked up, she might just leave your ass. No, she's not fucking you because you're an asshole. Straight up.
All right, and then
that's it.
The next step, it says, avoid acting passive-aggressively.
Boom, right there. He's probably a dick about it, too.
Working through these things.
The guy online was probably a dick about it, too, because, look, if your wife's not banging you, let me tell you something. The wrong way to get her to bang you is to try to go after her for not banging you.
Right.
If you want to ensure that you're not going to get fucked.
That's not going to help your cause.
Right. If you're going to ensure that you're not going to get fucked, go do that.
The next step. And this one's a good one. Talking about the good old days, like with each other, reminiscing about,
one of the hugest root causes.
Some of the best times together.
To take this away from a funny moment and to get a little serious here, one of the biggest root causes of intimacy issues is people will both come to the table saying, we don't have the time. And I for one, am say that's bullshit. You don't need to set the fucking room up and light candles and throw rose petals on the bed. No, drop trowel and pants and let's fuck. It's time. We got 30-minute break for lunch. Let's fuck now. Fuck it. You got to be more. You got to be more open-minded.
That is exactly another man thing to say.
I'm just saying you got to be more open-minded.
Not very many women are going to want for you to say those kind of things to them.
I'm not saying that. Okay. Let me explain that. That is for the show, and that is not exactly what I would say, okay? I have a little bit more suave than that. Maybe not much, but a little more.
Little bit.
Whittle it.
Anyways, the next step would be, but don't try to relive the glory days. So that adds on to the last one I said, reminisce about the good times you had together, but don't try to relive the glory days, meaning...
I call this the athlete's disease. Don't let the athlete's disease get you. Don't try to relive your glory days. You can reminisce. I reminisce, but when I get out there and start trying to throw rockets 50 yards away and my arm starts hurting in 5 seconds... I'm paying the price. Well, you don't want to do that in your relationship either. You don't want to reminisce about how y'all used to fuck like dogs, but don't try to recreate that because you may actually damage your relationship more than you help it. That's the truth.
Nurture the emotional
And don't go to
intimacy.
our live feed for advice.
Never go to me and Scotty for advice.
Yeah, just come over to me, guys. Don't
no.
even.
Go talk to Cammy.
Cammy will get you out of trouble. We will get you into.
Look, I'll tell you what. Keep some things like keep buying flowers. You know what I mean?
Yes, nurture
keep
the
some
emotional
fresh flowers.
intimacy. That's an emotional thing.
Keep some
for
fresh
someone.
flowers in the house for the lovely.
I don't buy flowers, but it's a personal thing.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
I'll buy you a bouquet of flowers.
You don't have to buy the
die,
expensive ones.
Oh, I will. I'd rather buy.
You don't have to buy the expensive
He's
ones.
showing us flowers on his live feed right now. Show off.
Well,
his wife's birthday
Scotty,
was like a week ago. He's full of shit.
Well, Scotty,
Nope.
there
She has
is
fresh flowers all the time.
there is one type.
All the time.
Pimpin' is pimpin'.
Scotty, there is one type of flower I do like.
She does like lotus, lily, lotus. Which one is it?
No, I'm talking about smoke.
Oh, yeah. There's
Flower.
that flower.
Oh,
yeah. Well, that's
that flower is always nice.
That's a different type of flower. So let's do this. Let's go to our next subject. Scotty, you got the lead here, and this one's going to be brought to them by who, Cammy?
When you want award-winning cannabis food creations, try Sam's Creations. That's Sam's with a Z, Creations with a Z. Find her on Facebook and Instagram or call Sam's Creations at 719-496-0412.
Yeah. So, Scotty, well, damn, that's a headline. These are the arguments that are good indicators that you are heading to being over in a relationship. That's right. It's time for the hump day. Thursday. Well, damn, that's a headline. Sorry, this was supposed to be done on hump day. That's what threw me off.
That was supposed to be done yesterday.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. I was like, wasn't this? What day is it again? Like I said, when you program 5 days out and you're dealing next week's crap half the time by now, it throws you off a little. Anyway, so Scotty, we're obviously not going to get to all of these, but let's try to get through like 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them. Some of the different types of arguments that are a genuine display that your relationship may be heading to the end. What do you think?
The first one they have listed here is you show a fundamental disrespect for your. So it starts with mild complaints like you don't. It can escalate into general criticism, such as you don't help around the house.
So you get from you don't take out the trash to you don't help at all. Quick.
Yeah, you don't ever do nothing around here.
So I would say that would break down into the psychological value or psychological clause of you start to lose seeing the value in your partner. And that's why you go there. You're like, because look, he doesn't clean up the dishes after he eats, turns into he never cleans the house. There's a problem there.
Right.
Because this person has escalated your one bad behavior to an overall behavior because they're fed the fuck up. That's the truth in the psychology of it. And so that's definitely a pretty good red flag. It's when the complaining about how you conduct yourself, like cleaning, for instance, becomes a this is what makes you up issue, I would be worried at that point because they have lost, like I said, patience and care for your value. Like I don't like the way Cammy loads the dishwasher, but I bet you I shut the fuck up because she's loading the dishwasher. If that changes to you don't do anything around here because you loaded the dishwasher different than me, that's a problem. That's an issue that should be addressed quickly, because that where there's smoke, there's fire on that in my eyes.
Right.
What else you got?
Next one on our list here is when you fight, you insist that you're right. So,
that's a tough line.
I was wrong.
Oh, you know what though? No,
but in a relationship, you have to admit when you're wrong. That way, your partner doesn't feel like they're always wrong, or they always, you're always putting the blame on them.
Dude, sometimes
you
gotta
pick up
own
some of that.
You got to own like the most pathetic part of a relationship, just so you look like you did something wrong. So you're coming to the table equal, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Like you could go, holy shit, she came in the door, flipped the fuck out on me. I cussed her, and now I'm the asshole. Okay, I'll tell you what. You know what? You're right. I didn't have to cuss back. There. I owned something. Right. I did something wrong. You know what I mean? But no, but you guys laugh. But when in psychology classes I took, one of the biggest parts of dealing with an argument is taking ownership. You learn this in debate as well. An easy way to get over on your debate opponent is to just take a little ownership on their side of the debate and then slam their nuts in a vice on your points. It's the same thing in an argument.
And that might be little to you. Right, it might be little to you, but it might be bigger to them.
That's the only thing that pissed me off. Yeah, the one thing you admit might be the only thing that made them mad anyway.
Right.
What else you got?
So next on our list is you disagree about having. I would say that would probably be a big one right there.
Having kids. Sorry, you cut out, but I'll finish.
You should probably, disagree about not having kids. Now, this is something you should probably talk about before.
I would imagine, like within the first 3 to 6 months, you can go like, look, boo, I don't want kids for the next 3 years, but I definitely do want kids at some point. That's enough for a lady, right? Most women.
It depends on the woman.
Most women want to have children at some point. Not always, but most.
Some of them are crazy, though. They won't wait that long.
God, dude. Like, we're going to have a baby now, whether I like you or not. I'm just ready to have a baby. And I'm going like, you need to calm your ovaries down, lady. Seriously.
Calm your tits.
Like, cool those fucking fallopian tubes off a little. Water those bitches down. You're hot. You're a little too hot. So, yikes. Clay and I had that talk before we got married. That's high.
Yeah, you got to have that talk.
Miss Easton. Or Eaton. Hi, Miss Eaton. There we go. Got it. She says that her and her husband Clay.
That's Emily.
Emily Eaton says her and her husband Clay had the talk before they got married about kids. I like, for instance, Kristen was a good example of this. I told her I have a son and a daughter already. I have one of each. I have completed my personal goal of life of having a boy and a girl. I said, but if I had a third kid, which that if I had was the open door too, I'm open to it, but it's not the thing I'm going to strive to do right now, but I'm open to it. If I had a third kid, I'd want a son again, but I'd love a daughter just the same. I don't care. Because I already have one of each. Yeah, I already have one of each. And science, science, Jesus, God, the universe, whatever the fuck you believe in decides that, not me. I say it's whatever little fucking sperm cell, whatever piece of that little nut drip fucking got it there first. That's what I say.
It's disgusting.
It's crude, but it's the fucking truth.
So the last one going to go over here is you're having the same argument again and again and again.
Oh, yeah, that's not good at all. Because the thing is one of the biggest tools to besides yourself, that is. No, I'm just playing. Seriously, one of the biggest tools, though, to resolving an argument, or excuse me, of one of the biggest, not tools, one of the biggest variables of an argument is the resolution, i.e. meaning that the argument must be put to bed. It must be resolved. Now, there are generalized arguments like, you're a dick every time you come to talk to me about anything, Trey. Well, okay, but that doesn't change the problem, right? So I can work on that, but that we still got to deal with the issue. There are blanket things, but the reality is if you've gotten to the root cause of the problem and you've discussed it and figured it out, then you shouldn't be having the same arguments. So you have failed in and I don't mean to, people, listen, don't look at yourself in the mirror and go, I'm a fucking failure, I'm a loser. I don't mean that. I'm just saying you have failed at addressing an argument properly. Because if an argument is addressed properly, then both people can voice their concerns of the argument, come up with a solution that resolves the issue, and then put the plan into action. And if you do all of that, you shouldn't be rehashing an argument.
And always remember that you can only change yourself. You can't change another person.
Why you sound
that
like
has to come from them.
Intimacy or into me, I see. That's how you fucking sounded right now. I don't know why, but you really did. All right, so, damn it, I closed one of my headlines. Son of a bee. I have to find it again. All right, it is what it is. So, let's do this though. We're going to move into Thirsty for some sports. And I think you guys might be a little surprised that Cammie's taking the lead on this, but if you knew the story, you'd know why. So let's get into it. Thirsty for some sports, brought to you by my favorite place where my favorite girls hold it down for you. That's right. All my favorite bartenders at Copperhead Road Bar take care of you. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. When we get back to normal, you're going to need like 50, 100 nights out, right? Make a couple of those nights each week or each month out at Copperhead Road Bar at 3330 North Academy Boulevard. We want to get you boot scooting, boogied, and dropping that wop on people. I don't know why I said that, but I went with it. But we got to get you doing it at the right place when we get back to it. 3330 North Academy Boulevard. All right. I love having a girl, by the way, on our comment thread right now talking to the boys. It's almost like having Cammie in the comments. You're like, no, boys.
Yes,
this is how Emily. It is, Emily. Tell them, girl. So let's do this. What do you got for Thirsty for some sports? Women are shattering ceilings in America, as we saw with Kamala Harris yesterday.
That's right.
But
we've got another one.
That's not the only place. Cammie, talk to me where another glass ceiling has been shattered for women.
If you have not heard of the name Sarah Thomas,
I know who that is. She's an NFL referee. I'm sure of it. I'm 100% sure of it.
That's right. And she will become the first woman in NFL history to officiate a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Dope.
She's going to be one of the officiating crew members at the Super Bowl. Now, she's not, there's still some more glass ceilings. She's not the lead referee, or what we call in football the white cap, which is the only guy you're technically allowed to talk to as a player, truth be told. And the coach can talk to any ref, but a player's only supposed to address the official referee on the field, which is the white cap.
Her job will be, she will be the down judge.
Okay, so the down judge is what we commonly refer to as the line judge, down judge. She's the lady that literally holds her hand up on one of the sidelines and like third down. So one judge on one side is the down judge. The judge on the opposite side is called the marker judge. Okay. So the marker judge handles, first and third and fourth, all that. The down judge literally keeps track of what down it is. This is literally so the umpire doesn't fuck up and say the wrong down. And that still happens. So we've put a woman in charge of keeping track of what goddamn down it is because we don't do it right. That's not true. I made that up.
Yeah. So pretty cool.
I'm so proud of this. I've said for years that women, undoubtedly, no matter what, hear me out, undoubtedly need to and deserve to be part of the league. While I will tell you right now that listen, girl, if you want to throw on a suit and go get cremated by a bunch of fucking physical specimens of men, that's your business. I don't think that a woman should play NFL football on the field with NFL men. And I do believe that there are women's and men's leagues separated for a reason, but that's for on the field, for competition basis. That's it. Off the field as coaches, referees, assistants, front office personnel, general managers, and so forth. There's no fucking reason women shouldn't be involved. End of story. Full stop.
Totally off subject. Well, not totally off subject, but our live feed is off the hook. These guys, their suggestion is she should do it in lingerie. More people would tune in.
Cammie's gonna fuck y'all up. I promise you. And they do have the women's lingerie. They do have the women's lingerie league.
Just when I was having faith in humanity, then of course a man has to bring it back down to reality.
Our friends show up.
However, Emily on the live, he says, agree. There are definitely physical limitations to the whole men versus women thing. But I will tell you, if you are 6'2", 6'3", and 300 or 280 pound woman of all beef. And you want to go in there and fucking rush quarterbacks in the NFL, and you've got a 4 fucking 540? Go fucking do it, girlfriend. But I'm just telling you, I don't know if it's a good idea because there's a lot of them that are bigger than you.
But I'm just saying, if you're built like a brick house, like, I mean, look at Serena and Venus.
Dude, if you hand me a Serena Williams, I could turn I could turn a Serena
like a brick house.
With her height, her size, and everything. I could turn Serena Williams easily into a linebacker. Straight up into a blitz linebacker.
Perfect example.
Scotty, have you seen Serena Williams build like the way she's built, bruh? Tell me she isn't built like an inside blitz linebacker, possibly a cover linebacker because she's still a little bit smaller. Say I'm lying though. Say I'm lying. She's built like a fucking linebacker, bro, and not like, I don't mean buff. I just mean like her body shape is literally like a linebacker. Going to have big, tough shoulders and thick thighs. You got to have a tree trunk
so you can get low.
Yeah, you got to have some tree trunk thighs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like she's built to do that shit. But I actually had the luxury of interviewing and covering a women's semi-pro football team that was a sister team to the semi-pro professional team that I worked for, right? That's the one I got the ring with and all that as their media director and operations of broadcast and all that crap. But anyway, so just kind of funny enough, guys, watching these girls play, amazing. They when you see women playing football against other women, and so the size, weight, speed factors all balance themselves back out. It is an amazing game to watch, and I'm telling you, they are fucking fierce. I always think of the linebacker that played for me.
Do you know why we are?
Pizza Daddy said he got distracted because you said titties.
That was a long time ago.
I know he's 5. He's 5 though. You're gonna see during his interview that he's 5.
You know, the thing is, though, dang it, now you made me forget what I was going to say.
Girl power. I know that much. We were talking about girl power.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone now.
That is funny. So, by the way, it's time for Trey and the Thirsty 3 headlines of the day. I'm going to go with my first headline. There was one winning ticket sold in the Powerball lotto drawing, by the way. So there was a single winner of Powerball's lottery drawing on Wednesday. Shut up. Sorry. Anyway, so there was a winner. A single ticket was sold, by the way. So here's the good news. There was a winner. Here's the bad news. If you didn't buy a single ticket in Maryland, you probably are not the winner. Well, here's my thing though. They don't go announcing all the $100,000 winners, and that's a house, bitch. What?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
all I need is a house.
Dude, all I need is 50 racks to put down on like $150,000 to $200,000 home, and mine and Cammy's house payments only be $900 a month. I've already figured it out. And if you have $50,000 to put down on a house, they don't tell you no matter how bad your credit is. True story. If you got 50 racks to put down on your house, I promise you there ain't a fucking bank in this country that'll tell you no. You may not like your interest rate. You may not like your interest rate. Let me be honest. But I promise you, if you walk in that bitch with 50 racks, or what I call 5 big boys, I promise you, you're going to walk out with a fucking house every time. So that's my plan. I'm going to walk in there with 50 racks. I'm going to go get it out in cash just to be a dick. I'm going to walk in there and slap it on the table and be like, I need a house. Let's go to work. And just watch they fucking face.
That would be fun to do.
Just watch they fucking face. Just be like, I'm going to have Cammy record it just for fun. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all got a money counter? Oh, I brought mine.
You got one? I'll borrow it. So anyway, there was a Powerball winner. But that Mega Millions is, I think Friday, if I remember right. That's still popping. I think I might have to throw another 20 at it. Woo! But I gotta check my lot.
It's like 970, almost $1 billion by itself.
No winners on Tuesdays. No winners on Tuesdays Mega Millions drawing, and the potential winning estimate pot for this Friday is $970 million. God damn, bro! You before taxes, you're a billionaire, bro. Damn. Scotty, let's get this money, bro. Look, hey, 50% of like 500 million is a lot of fucking money to me, bro. That's we get stupid and build our own radio station money.
I'm telling you.
And then don't even have to work there money. I mean, I would, but I'm just saying we wouldn't have to if we didn't want to. So
just pop in on whoever's show.
Right? No, we're still going to do Wake and Bake. Fuck that. We're doing Wake and Bake.
right?
I can't trust
the wheels
this.
Fall off.
I got to find the right stoner to leave this to, or the right kid of mine to leave this to, that I know will do it the way we did it, and take on the government, and take on white nationalists, and take on racists, and take on anybody who's fucking up.
I don't.
Right.
So speaking of fucking up, so one headline I read this morning said, some QAnon followers lose hope after inauguration. And I quote, one QAnon follower wrote, I didn't think this is supposed to happen. We were promised, some wrote, we were promised bloodshed and an overthrowing of the government.
I seen that one.
Yeah, I was like,
seen that
I was
one.
like, that's your comment? Really? Like, really?
Wow.
Wow. So, yeah.
Deep in that rabbit hole.
So, and here's the weirdest part. So here's what the story essentially alludes to, that some QAnon followers are leaving QAnon feeling lied to. Some are digging themselves even deeper into the deep conspiracies that they've created themselves. And others are going to an even worse off idea. Are you ready? Scotty. Others are deciding that it's a good idea to go to white nationalism. There's your headline. That's right. White nationalist neo-Nazi groups are plucking QAnon for followers and extremists. That is
and picking them up easily, I'm sure.
That is the Department of Homeland Security's warning right now. In other news, deputy sheriff charged with threats after U.S. Capitol attack. You heard me right. Officials say that a Florida deputy has now been arrested for threatening to kill federal officials following the riot at the U.S. Capitol earlier this month, leaving me to remind you that not all cops are good cops, and that some cops are just racist fucking pricks. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I mean, that's it. I don't have anything fancy to say to that. That's your, that's Mr. Trey, and your headlines, motherfuckers, suck a dick, your mama. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Let's do this. We're going to flip-flop a few things up. When we get back, we're going to get Chuck Roberts on the line, Michigan funny man from Grand Rapids. We're going to see what he has. Because let me tell you something. If Chuck is in control of the story, anything can happen on this show. Stick around. We'll be right back after the break.
Look, the recipe for success is pretty practical. You lead a little wake, you sprinkle in a little bake. You grab some coffee, and we get you out the door the right way for show. It's Wake and Bake America, weekday mornings.
Are you ready to get turned up, lit, and whatever it is, or even boot, scoot, and boogie? Then you need to come down to Copperhead Road every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and hang out with your boy and the Wake and Bake America crew. Ladies night, we got you. Friday night, come on, we got you. Saturday night, don't miss the all-ages party. That's every weekend, a half a block south of North Carefree on Academy. That's right, come hang out with the Wake and Bake America crew. Your boy, Mr. Trey, on the ones and twos. We got hip-hop, we got country. Why go anywhere else when it's all at one spot? That's right, Copperhead Road.
That Copperhead Road.
Hey, Southern Colorado, when it comes to getting your shirts made and printed and also designs on other products you want,
Sick Tees.
Southern Colorado has the premier shirt maker and designer. That's right, it's sicktees.com. Tell them.
Sick Tees.
And where can you find?
Sicktees.com.
At sicktees.com. That's SIKTEEZ.com.
Sicktees.com.
Your mom
Sick Tees
has proudly sponsored Wake and Bake America for 4 seasons.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie Renee from Wake and Bake America show. Stay tuned for the Stump the Stoner, where I make these guys look stupid. I mean, it ain't that hard anyways.
What you want?
Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a button.
I've been saying this for how long now?
Like I can't step outside naked.
He jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to do the hump again, sunset.
Ah!
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it, and it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, my nigga.
You used to listen to FM, but they pay the same old
Good morning, America. America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to my homie Young Fat Joe. Dude, I love his songs. Guys, if you guys haven't heard Dangerous yet, check that out. Crazy is one of my favorite songs. It's just that West Coast hip hop style. It's like, that beat's like, doom, 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 doom. It's like, that boy is crazy. Anyway, by the way, let's give a shout out to Young Fats, a great advertiser on the show. Make sure you check him out. Tell him how they can find the Fat Man.
You can check out and download Young Fats on all of the music platforms. It's spelled YUNGFATTZ.
Whoop, whoop. Young Fats, baby, baby. Available on all music platforms to download. And while you're there, type in wake-in-bake on your favorite podcast server and download and save us. Listen, you don't even have to listen to our show. Just set us for auto download and then delete it. I'm happy with that. We'll take the download. We don't even care if you listen. We just want the stats for advertisement. I'm raw, bro. I keep it real. No, I've lifted the veil off of radio for people. No, anyway, of course, Chuck, welcome to the show, buddy. You guys will laugh, but you never know how or where you're going to meet somebody, right? Like, that's the truth. Sometimes the universe just brings souls together. It is what it is. I never played video games before the pandemic. I didn't have the time. I worked 3 jobs. I started dicking around on Warzone and Modern Warfare and stuff and Cold War and all that, and ended up meeting Chuck playing video games. We got to shooting the shit. Yep. He found out I was on the radio. I found out he had a podcast, and I was like, holy shit, we should have you on the show. So last summer, I actually had him on Politically Stoned. He played the role of the conservative who didn't want to vote for Trump, and we had a really good show. Really, really good show we had. And anyway, and because of that, I've decided let's bring him back for our normal morning daytime show. And this time, I'm letting him pick the subject. So, what do you got?
Oh, God, my own subject. Well, I don't know. Have you actually gone through this list of the 144 pardons and commutations from yesterday morning?
No, but I did see one was a radio host that didn't even ask for a pardon, which was interesting.
Well, what's interesting to me is, like, the people that, Rick Renzi, I guess the representative from Arizona, like, convicted of extortion, bribery, insurance fraud, money laundering, and racketeering.
Oh, I know him.
Like, you're an elected official, but like Kwame Kilpatrick's on the commutation list, I believe.
Dude, he commuted Blagojevich, and that motherfucker was accused of trying to sell a Senate seat.
Yeah, he was selling Obama's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Obama's seat when he got elected to the presidency. That he vacated. Yeah, he tried to sell it. As a matter of fact, it was almost questioned why we let governors appoint the replacements anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, if you go back, I guess the real back in the day, because I see these 17-year-olds say back in the day, I'm like, you don't have it back in the day.
I'll slap the shit out your back in the day, bro.
Before we actually voted independently for the Senate, the governors used to appoint them to begin with. It was whenever, somewhere World War I, World War II-ish, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't remember. But see, like my talks.
I do like your he's wearing a t-shirt that's a tux. That's
it's a tuxedo.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. That's fucking awesome. that's the way you come in here.
Well, I wanted to dress better than you, and I didn't know what you were going to wear. So you have that nice little
caught me on a Thursday. It's usually a jersey on a Thursday or a good weed shirt.
Oh.
But anyway, so
no, I don't have one of those handy.
If you really want to talk,
some of this list is great though.
Some of these presidential. Listen, first off, I'll give you this one because you're probably going to say it, so I'll just say it for you. If anyone out there thought that pardons weren't half politically motivated in the first place, you're an idiot. So, if
people for espionage, right? They're trying to be a spy.
Yeah, that's the ones I have a problem with. Is like we're pardoning people who are accused of espionage, and not like the CIA made it up about black people starting the Black Panthers espionage, but like real fucking selling stuff to China espionage. You know what I mean? Like the girl who tried to steal a computer from the fucking Senate floor and sell it to Russia because she's not a real patriot or a real American espionage.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you know
a lot of tax fraud stuff that shit makes sense. I mean, the commutation list of all the nonviolent drug offenders like that. At least he kept with tradition on that. Obama did a shitload of that.
I do believe that every president should be commuting nonviolent drug offenders, because I do think that was a place where I believe 100% that Clinton missed the boat on. But people forget that Clinton was basically a law and order Democrat who, by the way, went lock in step with the Republicans on the 94 crime bill. So, of course, he wasn't going to commute drug offenders. But I think right after we locked people up for a decade for just being high, I think people started to see the light, like you were saying, towards the end of the Bush administration in 2008, and then, of course, the Obama administration. And, guys, these guys, they don't, they realize once. Now, listen, if Trump were to run for office again, his pardons would actually be held against him.
Yeah, well, and I've been trying to wrap my brain
aside from trying to ruin the country and democracy.
He pardoned what? Pardoned Manafort, Bannon, Roger Stone, and all that.
Roger Stone. But listen, I wasn't surprised by Bannon, Stone, and fucking Manafort at all. Not one bit. Listen,
Lil Wayne kind of surprised me. Just kind of like a
that one did and didn't, because Lil Wayne has been supportive of the president. So it didn't surprise me on that factor, but it did surprise me that the president's been so favorable to rappers for some reason. And these aren't people who
say Kanye started that.
Guys, these aren't people who were wrongfully convicted, dude.
He used to be the
commuted a
subject
federal
of
gun charge. He commuted a federal gun charge on Wayne, if I remember right. That's what Wayne was originally charged with, was federal gun charge or some shit. And he basically commuted Wayne's federal gun charge. Little Wayne can now pack a gun again. And that's if he hasn't violated any law in any state that got him as a felony that the president can't commute him for or exonerate or pardon or whatever.
Right. I blame Nelly. He used to rap about Trump. That's why Trump likes the rappers.
He
used to be the subject, like something to look up to. He's the rich Donald Trump. And then over 4 years, he has totally destroyed that brand or made that brand huge overseas. We won't know for probably months now.
Actually, I don't, a lot of countries overseas are looking to remove Trump hotels from their country. The damage that the insurrection was listen, if we go back to, listen to me, if we go back to January 5th, everything I'm telling you doesn't matter. I'm telling you, I think that because that shit was shut down in less than a day, just within a few hours, I think that people don't understand the severity of it. I think this is like when somebody does something really, really bad, that it's so bad that people are just like, spank him and send him to his room because I don't know what to do right now. I don't think people understand what happened. Guys, for the first time in my life, and I've been alive for 40 years on April 11th, actually. It's my birthday coming up. I will have been alive for 40 years. In my 40 years of life, and I'm talking about, I lived in Europe looking across the fucking Berlin Wall line at Russian tanks, Tiger tanks, and looking at Russian Tiger tanks in the 80s as a kid across the line. And I still never felt like democracy was ever under siege or potentially threatened until January 6th of 2021. And that's never, ever, ever going to change. And I will never, ever, ever let any American forget the traitors from January 6th. That's my life goal now, is to remind people that someone tried to insert a dictator because they didn't like the results of an election. And by the way, Chuck, I don't know if you know the history on this, but most people are dumb. Most people just watch movies, and I'm not faulting them for that, but most people are dumb and just watch movies and don't know real history, okay? So most people watched Glory and were like, oh, the Civil War is about slaves. Well, you're kind of right on an undertone, but you're not right at all. The first state to secede was the Carolina, and Carolina seceded why?
Yep.
Because they were upset that Lincoln had won the election. It had nothing to do with slavery. Yep. They literally seceded because they were throwing a tantrum because they didn't like who won the election. Does this sound familiar at all? And the end result was a year later.
To Andrew Johnson.
Yeah.
In his election. Like, he literally didn't go to the inauguration. Like, he decided that morning. He's like, fuck this. Because he was so pissed off that Ulysses S. Grant won the election. But Grant, back in January of that year, also said, I won't ride in the same carriage as this asshole.
True.
So it kind of just going back and forth.
Like,
it was
fuck
just
that guy.
Wow. Yeah. Well, John Adams did the same thing to Thomas Jefferson, and they worked together for, 8 years?
Oh, Jefferson and Adams are literally responsible for destroying Hamilton's fucking life, for literally destroying his personal life, because they basically found out he was fucking around on his wife and leaked it to the press.
Because no one else was in the room when they did it.
No one was in the room where it happened, in the room where it happened. You know I love that musical.
That play is fantabulous, man.
You know, if you're not a history fan, if you're not a history fan, that is absolutely the best way for you to learn the history of Hamilton and the beginning of our country, is to go watch the Hamilton play, because it's so fun and entertaining. But when they speak, they're speaking constitutional and historical fact. When they speak about stuff.
Constitution rap, man.
And Constitution rap.
I love
Constitution rap. That's what it is. I love it. Yes. So, you know, I think that I want to bring a headline to you that kind of incorporates what we've been talking about. The headline read that, and like I said, not often, you know, I always tell people, if you want to get some honest political points of view, just go read CNN. They hate everybody. Literally. They're not on the Democrat or the Republican side. They really fucking hate everybody. Watch how hard they go on Biden now that he's president, when they were friendly to him when he wasn't. They were friendly to Trump until he actually was going to get elected, and they were like, oh fuck, holy fuck, he might actually get elected, we shouldn't be friendly to him anymore. So I always tell people is, CNN doesn't always get it right, but if you want an honest opinion from somebody who hates everybody, go to CNN. So I tell people, if you want an honest conservative opinion that might be a little raw, go to fucking Fox News, dude. You don't go to Newsmax and QAnon. That's not even news. But go to Fox News, where you're going to get a raw conservative. You're going to get a raw conservative.
He walked out.
I like Brett still a little bit, and Chris Wallace is my dude, bro. Chris Wallace will always be my dude.
Well, Chris Wallace, I don't look at as like Fox News, like, you know.
He's
like
got his own. He's like me at Blazin'. He pays for his show to be there.
He's Brian Williams or Lester Holt. He's like the head of the Fox News Washington.
Yeah, but he's not Fox
like
News. I get what you mean. Yeah. He's like, he's not. He doesn't think
That's the problem. Like, I have a friend of mine that actually works at a local Fox affiliate.
Yep.
Here in Grand Rapids.
I got friends at our Fox affiliate. Yep.
He's got to make sure people know. Like, no, we're not Fox News. We're Fox Television.
You want me to give you a funny... Hey, you ready for this? So the Fox affiliate where I'm at can't do that. I fuck with them and talk shit about them all the time, because they are owned by Sinclair Broadcasting, which is owned by the Koch brother. Or no, is it Koch brothers, or is it the other fucker? It's the one that owns Fox, Rupert Murdoch. There we go. But anyway, Rupert Murdoch. So most people don't know this, but Rupert Murdoch owns Sinclair Broadcasting. Sinclair Broadcasting owns at least one affiliate, whether it's Fox, NBC, ABC, or CBS. They own at least one affiliate in every market. Sinclair Broadcasting. Here it's Fox 21, by the way, and the CW, if anybody cares.
So he just wants to have that franchise rights for every network.
Right. So here we go. So, Chuck, before I get you out of here, do you got anything else? Anything crazy?
Screw big tech. I think they're going to. I mean, I already think that social media is going to kill us anyway. But fuck big tech. I think what Amazon and Google and Apple have done to Parler is, and it's really messed up for me, because on a moral ground, they absolutely did the right thing. Shut those bastards up.
I'm with you on this one.
But
I think I'm with you on this.
They just showed us that they are exactly what we've all thought of them. They're a giant monopoly.
If you want to pull a plug on my opinion in 1 second, you can. And I'm with you. I covered Parler earlier this week on the show, and I said, look, I think that the people that created Parler and the reason they created it is beyond deplorable. However, I do believe that silencing them is just potentially as equally deplorable. And listen, I don't think racists should be able to stand in the middle of the street and scream F the N-words, right? I don't think you should be able to do that. It's actually you're disrupting the peace. You're disrupting the peace. You should be arrested for disorderly conduct. But and also escalated to a hate crime for doing it. However, if that's your opinion and you're posting it to a message board that I can avoid seeing it on, I've got a problem with that. See, I don't like Parler. I think that it is literally created and and housed and even ventured mostly by deplorable people. So, and I'm not saying I'm not saying you're deplorable or Scotty's deplorable, because you and Scotty both used Parler.
Hey, I go on there to fuck with people.
So does Scotty. Scotty's a dick on there. He's a super dick on there.
I throw up pictures of John Delancey and be like, this is the only Q I listen to.
See, I would do that too. I'd put up like a picture of, I don't know, like Jeffrey the drag queen who's accused of sleeping with Kanye, and be like, this is the Q I listen to, motherfucker. I would, just to be that asshole, because everybody on, listen, 90% of the people on Parler are racist, misogynistic, homophobic fucking pussies. That's the truth. 90% of you are deplorable people, and you know it. And here's the truth is, 90% of you don't use Parler for free speech platform. You use it because it's the only place that it'll let you be a racist fuck. That's the truth. So morally speaking, I think that big tech did the right thing. But the problem is big tech didn't do the right thing at the right time for 30 years now. And finally, after somebody used a social media app to try to overthrow the government through an insurrection because they didn't like who won the election, hello, Civil War 2.0, basically, bitch. All you needed was a governor behind you, and you could have tried to secede. Seriously, like, people do not realize how close shit just really got to me having to pull out a Glock and start shooting some of my neighbors. And that's some real fucking scary shit.
Texas wanting to be their own country again.
What I think is funny is like
that's been going on my entire life.
What I think is funny is how all these people huffed and puffed and said they were going to blow your house down, and when it came time yesterday, most of them saw all their buddies going to prison for anywhere from 5 to 20 years now. Hundreds to thousands of their buddies who they've parlayed online is going to go to prison.
Every single one of them thought Trump would pardon him.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best part. If you go look at the pardon list, not one person that was in. This is how much that dude had your back, bro. Guys, let that sink in. This is how much that dude really had your back. He told you to go down there and storm the Capitol, and he's with you, and then went to his house and watched you do it. Then once you did it, and he saw that a lot of people didn't like it, and no one really had his back on it, he denounced you. Then he said he'd take care of you from a legal perspective, and he didn't pardon you. And I can tell you right now, no one, not even a QAnon conspiracy theorist, is going to pardon you even 10 years down the road. It's political suicide.
Yeah, he didn't pardon the Tiger King either.
That one I can live with for 1,000 years. He wants to be pardoned. Listen, people don't understand that he still solicited murder for hire, but he wants a pardon because the hitman ripped him off and never went and did the hit. Does anybody realize that that's why the Tiger King thinks he's innocent? He thinks he's innocent because the person who he potentially hired to do the hit ripped him off and never went to do the hit, so he doesn't believe he should be in jail. Let that sink in. Chuck, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. So, listen, we're going to get the Pizza Daddy on here as a couple times, maybe once or twice a month as a guest. He's fun and fun to get into some crazy conversation with. Let's get Scotty back in here. Let's get Scotty back in here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Are you a business owner and want to highlight your business? Call 727-318-2956. Let's highlight your business and captivate Southern Colorado's largest group of spenders. They're active consumers looking for your services. To advertise with Wake and Bake America on Blazin' 98.5, that's right, your morning show, call 727-318-2956 or email us at bakeamerica@gmail.com. Advertise with your morning show because it's simple, smart business, and it works. 727-318-2956, and let's start your ad campaign today.
Yo, you gotta check Young Fats, the hottest artist for the mighty CO, self-made Colorado favorite artist, Young Fats, 2 G's and 2 T's, introduces us to a brand new single. You better check Stay Dangerous.
So serious, stay dangerous, stay dangerous, stay dangerous, keep it dangerous.
Available for your purchase right now, iTunes and Amazon Music. Subscribe and follow for the latest tracks from Young Fats.
Yeah, I play to win.
You'll be catching the vibes and stream free Right now on all major platforms. Young Fats vibing the mountains all the way.
I need more if you ain't fretting.
And looking for your support, download on iTunes and Amazon Music today. 2 G's and 2 T's with Young Fats. Check it out.
I need more of you like
Good morning, Wake and Bake listeners. This is your guy, Scotty, checking in with you in the morning here, waking and baking with you and getting you started for your day. Have a good one. Everyone loves you, except for Trey.
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
So, listen, America. I want to thank Chuck Roberts again. He does a podcast out in Western Michigan. Actually, you know, I wasn't even going to get into
it. It's nice to put a face to Pizza Daddy.
Right? I wasn't going to put in, listen, by the way, hi to Leanne up in Denver. We grew up together. She's like my kid sister from the neighborhood. So hi, Leanne.
She was just on my live
love her.
telling this dude off because he was like trying to
talk smack,
hit on me and stuff. Yeah, on my live.
I don't care. If guys stop hitting on you, I'll be like, Did my wife get ugly or something? Like, why are you not hitting on her anymore?
I just love her for doing that.
I don't think any man garners enough respect that somebody won't at least try to flirt with your wife a little. No, especially if she's hot. So no, I don't think no man. I like if you're not trying to flirt with my wife, I'm like, damn, did I fuck up? So, I mean, at least from a personality perspective, I try to date good people, even if they're not the best looking people. But Cammy, on the other hand, all personality, all hotness, I'm winning. She gonna have to break up with me, bro, because I'm not going nowhere. I know. Hey, only a dumb dog does it. Listen, I'm not a gutter mutt. I'm a normal porch dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know where I get fed and watered, okay? I know who scratches me behind my ear in that spot I like, all right? I don't need to get that from the neighbor like the other dogs, okay? Like the alley dog. So, Scotty, you've got the Yo Dis and Yo Dat Dank news, and we're looking at could rec weed sales start in Arizona this week? And of course, this is brought to you by Sick Tees. Look, you're printing stuff because your brand recognition matters. So the next time you need anything printed or anything period, printed on anything, you got to visit the right crew, my crew, down in Juelito, that's Pueblo, Colorado. Sick Tees, SIKTEEZ.com.
Yes, sir. And yeah, you heard that right. Marijuana sales to anyone 21 or older in Arizona could start within a day or two.
You know, listen, Arizona flipped blue and passed weed this year, right? They also replaced a Republican senator with a Democrat. So let all that sink in. But because it has to do with policy stuff. So let all that sink in. But when it comes to the state itself, when you're talking about the actual in-state Senate and the in-state House, right? It's still very Republican and very Republican controlled. The governor's still a Republican governor in Arizona, et cetera, right? So I really thought, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. This is for those of you that don't know, I have like dual state, dual country citizenship. I grew up in Germany and the US, and I grew up in Arizona and Colorado. So I kind of see myself like, you know, just smack the shit out of my mic like a little bitch. I was like, poof. Anyway, so that's my other home. That's my other home is Arizona. That's where I grew up as a kid, as a teenager, you know, before I moved here in the last year of junior high or whatever. Or no, I moved here in 7th grade. I'm sorry, the second year of junior high. But anyway, but it was like at the end, whatever. But, so I've lived in both places. I got a really good feel for the politics of it. I studied political science at college in Arizona, you know? So I have a real good feel for the politics down there. I was heavily involved in politics down there as a young guy. Wrote for the school paper. I was the sports editor for our college newspaper, guys. You learned some things you probably didn't even know about me. Cammy knew that, but a lot of you probably didn't know that about me. I was actually a sports editor over at the community college where I took my math and English classes because they were cheaper at Mesa Community College. True story. So
smart man,
save some money and become the editor for the sports section at their school. So anyway, well, down there's this thing called the Desert Schools program. So you can go to any school, community college or big university to take a class. You just have to pay whatever they charge, but you can still have a home university there. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't know if they still do that, but they used to do that back when I was in school, and that was pretty cool. Just like if you went to school down there, you could get a free credit union freaking bank account because you were in the Desert Schools. If you were in the Desert Schools, you could go over to Desert Schools Credit Union and get a free bank account. True story. It's a pretty cool thing they have set up out there for college. Arizona is one of the number one places to go to college.
That's nice.
True story, and it's not just because of the nice weather. So, anyway, but I'm like I said, I grew up down there. I got a feel for the place, man. Just like I love and feel Colorado, and I got to tell you guys, I'm surprised. I really thought the very Republican Senate and House there, and the very Republican governor would really do all they could, like a lot of places did, to put up the roadblocks and drag their feet.
You're not the only one. Yeah, actually, a lot of dispensaries haven't even turned in applications
because they didn't think it would happen, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't think it was going to happen this fast. But the first ones that are going to be able to sell recreational are the ones that are currently operating.
Medical.
And a lot of people are saying, they're saying they're sitting there at their computer just refreshing it because this, it could happen at any moment where their application gets accepted and they can open it up all sales.
See, this is where I wish I didn't have crazy family. This is where I wish I didn't have crazy family, because my sister is a recovering addict and medical marijuana patient in Arizona. She has been for years. As a matter of fact, she probably didn't move from there back up to Oregon, Washington area, or back here to Colorado because of that fact. You know what I mean? So, with that said, she would be a great insight for this, but the problem with her is we would get a Christian lecture and a Christian education story right along with, and I'd be like, look, bitch, all I wanted you to do is talk about weed, like you're doing like you used to do when I was in college, and that's why I had to stop hanging out with you. She's like super cult. She's like cult Christian crazy, bro. It's true story.
There's still 2/3 of the dispensaries in the state that haven't filled out an application yet.
Like I said, because everybody thought, I thought and you thought that they would drag their fucking feet like every other fucking Republican state. But kudos to the Republicans in that state to just go, you know what, fuck it, we lost. Let's get on the side of this before it costs us our seats. See, not all Republicans are being dumb. Some of them have figured out that you can still hold your conservative values and be pro-weed and actually keep your seat in places. Scotty froze up.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is he?
Oh, no, he didn't. He's moving.
They're stockpiling stuff for 420 rushes now.
All right. So, by the way, shout out to
the child-proof packaging and all that.
Hey, Pee-wee.
They're stockpiling all that for
Pee-wee from
420 rushes.
Pee-wee from Sick Teas works part-time as a security guard at a dispensary or a grow or some shit.
Or grow, yeah.
Something like that. And so that's cool. I want to be an armed weed guard. I want to be like basically like the cartel, but only
he's
legal.
doing right now what I would call a dry watch out on the oil rig. Just basically sitting there doing nothing.
Packing a pistol in case something goes off. You're basically every security guard in every mall movie. You just wait for it to pop off. And when it do, just don't Paul Blart it, okay? And you're good. All right, so, Scotty, hate to put you on a back-to-back flip-flap track, but what do you got for the hip-hop haps? You got 3 minutes. Let's go 3 minutes for the hip-hop haps. What's going on in the world of hip-hop? Besides, I know you got Lil Wayne and Kodak Black.
Well, since it's Thursday, and it's thirsty for some hip-hop gossip, I guess. We're going to talk about Kodak Black. I know you wanted to move on from Kodak Black, but he did get, what I was saying, he was going to get pardoned, right? But he still has a sexual assault case pending.
And
he's not going to escape this.
No, that's a state case.
That's a state case, not a federal case. So there's absolutely nothing that Donald Trump could do to help him in this. So the rapper was indicted in South Carolina on a felony charge of first-degree criminal sexual conduct.
That's a pretty serious charge. Like first degree, that's
a real serious charge.
Like you can do a lot and still only end up with third-degree sexual assault. So to get first up there in
so if you don't know this. But if you don't know the story, I believe it was back in 2016.
I mean, it's not aggravated rape or anything like that either, though. So it's not as bad as we think either.
I don't. Tell me, Scott.
Yeah, what is? Yeah, talk to us.
So I believe it was back in 2016. After a concert, he forcefully entered an 18-year-old. Bite marks on her neck, bite marks on her breasts, in legal documents. So I mean, it could have been just a crazy night, but
see,
there's evidence against him.
Was she like a groupie?
Yeah, I always, or was she down and it got?
Do they have real evidence?
No, hold on.
It looks like they have real evidence, and they're aggressively going to prosecute. Right now, it's on pause because of COVID, and they can't have the jury. They can't do the jury.
Dude, I have questions because
in South Carolina.
I have questions because I'm like on Scotty's tip. I'm like, was this just some wild, rough sex with a groupie?
Which a lot of people do.
Well, hold on. And yeah, because why? Like, you could just fucking fuck the shit and bang her fucking wild because you ain't never gonna see that bitch again. Is it that?
Right.
Or is it seriously?
And then she got upset because
dude, there's
so
much.
Sometimes they expect something different.
Oh yeah, if I let him fuck, we're gonna get married and I'm gonna be rich and live in a mansion. No, bitch, you're a groupie hoe. So there's that. There's that. Now, does that mean that this is what this is? No.
Nope.
But
we absolutely have every obligation to question here, just based on the circumstances alone. We have every reason to be questioning not only Kodak Black, because I do question the bite marks. Why were there, unless they, never mind. I can't even say that because I've been bit before too.
Like,
right.
They better have some
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but honey, this doesn't look good for you, sweetheart.
Some real like good evidence, because there's a very hazy line between
even a rape kit is bullshit, because if he's got a big ass dick, that could cause a rape kit to come up to look like rape. They've proven that in court before.
Well, they're looking to aggressively prosecute, and Kodak is facing up to 30 years in state prison if convicted, and that's state prison. That's not a federal.
I don't know,
that's
man.
A hard one.
This is so difficult for me because just knowing that this could very well be everything she said, and that bothers me. But this also could be a groupie girl who got herself into a crazy wild night and things didn't work out emotionally and relationshiply wise. And that always cracks me up that these girls think you gonna turn these dudes into some, and I'm just like, they say right in their song they're coming to your town to fuck you and bounce. Like, what more of a message do you need?
Right.
I guess I'm just a little more evident to this because I've been on tour. So I'm telling you, like, I've watched these fucking ratchet ass, young ass little girls sneak their way into the back, 18, 19, 20, 21, sometimes at a 21 and up club, and you 19 and ain't even supposed to be in there, but you got a fake ID, so we can't say nothing to you. Even though we know it's fake as fuck, we can't tell you it's fake. The security guard's got to kick you out. I've seen it 1,000 times, bro. I've had to snatch my crew up like, hey, let's bounce back out this way, man. Fuck these hoes, man. Just something ain't right about this, bro. I've had a pretty good instinct about that, though, thankfully, throughout my life. Maybe not as a teenager, knowing which ones are the ratchets and the throts, but by the time I was in high school and college, oh yeah, I'd be like, man, something's just wrong
what happened
about
is you learn to stop and think for a second
without your dick involved.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I always say
that's
this.
all I got today
go jerk off. If you want to fuck her after that, then go for it.
Thirsty for some hip hop haps.
So I tell my boys all the time, I'm like, go jerk off. If you want to fuck her after that, then go for it. But otherwise, go jerk off. If your little Pito's happy after you go jerk off, you were just trying to get a nut. You didn't care about that bitch. Move on. I'm trying to save your life, kid. I'm trying to save your life, man. Sometimes you got to have them talks at the lake that you would never want no lady to hear you say. I promise you. It's some real shit.
Right.
Being a dad is fun and tough.
Right. Yeah, because you got to say the things that nobody else will say.
And then you got to say some raw ass shit to your daughters, so that way they know that we're kind of pieces of shit half the time. Half of us are pieces of shit half the time. That's the truth. Which means you can't trust a quarter of us. No matter what. No matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't trust a quarter of us. Anyway, so let's go to what's hot on TV so we can get out of here for the day. I only need about a minute and a half for this one, guys, and we can bounce. WandaVision on Disney TV. By the way, we're going to start doing this what's hot on TV. I have all the TV apps like Prime and Hulu and Netflix and that. And then we've all got network broadcast TV, and I've got all the apps for like TBS and all that. So we're going to start doing what's on TV and start previewing some of these things. So I'm not going to ask you guys to continue to watch a series, but if you like it, you're welcome. But I may ask you to check out a movie or something. Scotty, do you have Prime TV?
I share a Prime.
Okay, yeah, I do too. My kid pays for it. Him and his girl pay for it, but they gave it to me and told me I didn't have to pay him for it. So I was like, cool. All right, cool. Hi, Lydia. Look, our favorite guest of the end of the show is up. Look at that. Bedhead. She got bedhead bad. It's over here and up there.
Real bad, right? It's all over the place.
I love it. What the boo-boo? Good morning to you too, boo. I love her baby talk. I always hear her babbling in the background when I play video games too. It's great. But so check this out, guys. So what's hot on TV right now is WandaVision on Disney Plus is out. It's a couple episodes in, and it's hella hot right now. It's Marvel's first series, like TV style series, and it's weird. It's hella weird. So the first episode, by the way, starts off. You guys remember I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched? Okay,
course, yeah.
So it kind of starts off like Bewitched, and she's kind of like a witch, like on Bewitched. Well, she is. She can move. Okay. And you guys know what Vision's powers are, right? So they still have their powers, but they've been knocked back into the 1950s, and they're in, and you're viewing them as a sitcom. Okay, they don't know what's going on or why they're there. You and I know they don't belong there, but something's at the whole first episode literally plays out like an old 50s sitcom until the very end. And then that's when the Matrix style glitch happens and they start to realize something's not right. You know what I mean? And then you start to get into it. I'm not going to give you guys any much more of that. I'm going to tell you that you must watch the first 2 episodes to start to kind of get in. This first off, this is not something you can just jump in and watch. You're going to have to watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. It's the only way. You cannot just jump in on
definitely.
This. But it's really cool. And I'll give you one fun Easter egg. Well, I'll give you 2. One, a Hydra symbol is going to pop up on something that matters. Pay attention. 2, another, Hydra. Hydra's involved. Of course, Hydra people. 2, they're starting to realize that maybe they're not in a normal universe or place and that they might be stuck in some type of TV or computer. And 3, the last Easter egg is the mom from that 70s show is Vision's boss, his wife, when they come over for dinner. And that's pretty fucking funny. So that's all I got. That's an Easter egg for you. But I would give this a definitely recommend to watch. There's only 2 episodes out right now, and the next one's coming out here soon. This one, I think this week or later this week, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's fucking weird. And I want to know how they got in the TV, and I got to see the next episode, because it's like I said, you got to check it out. That's the only way I can help out. And my friend in Canada says, stop playing video games. You have a country to save. All right. I'm not Rambo. I'm not Chuck Norris, bro. I'm just a guy. I'm just a girl. Just simple old me. Thank you. No doubt. Gotta go.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Bubba Sparks. If you didn't know prior to this moment, you better know for sure. Anytime I'm rolling through Colorado Springs, I'm checking out Wake and Bake America. How could you not be listening to Wake and Bake? Holding it down with Cammy, Renee, and Mr. Trey. All the way, twice on Sunday. Y'all probably ain't on Sunday, but it's all good. Y'all should be.
Copy written, so don't copy me.